Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we are diving into a massive, and I mean absolutely massive technological leap that is completely rewriting the rules on how we create visual stories. We're talking about the dawn of AI video creation and specifically a game-changing tool called Google Flow AI. If you've ever had this amazing cinematic story playing in your head, but you just didn't have the budget or the resources to actually bring it to life, you are going to want to pay very close attention to this one.
Seriously, picture this for a second. What if you could just type out a quick idea and then watch it instantly become a cinematic reality? No camera, no crew, no crazy expensive lighting equipment. Imagine just stepping right into the director's chair armed with literally nothing but your imagination. That traditional, super expensive barrier between your mind and the big screen, it's officially dissolving. It's now entirely possible to be a one-person production studio.
All right, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap. First, we'll meet Google Flow AI, then look at the AI video workflow, master our video prompts, scale up to directing a complete story, do some scripting with NotebookLM, and wrap up with some essential tips for beginners.
So, kicking things off with Section 1, meet Google Flow AI.
So, what exactly is it? Well, Google Flow AI is basically an AI-powered filmmaking and video creation tool, and it's designed specifically to help creators turn natural language concepts into rich visual stories. Think of it as your ultimate new creative co-director. Instead of starting with a camera in your hand, you're starting with your words. Say you want a futuristic city at night. You just describe glowing skyscrapers, flying cars, rain slicking the streets, and the AI uses that.
This perfectly illustrates the massive shift in how production works now. You go straight from your idea to the prompt, to the AI, and boom, finished video. You don't have to manually go out and record every single frame anymore. You remain the director, the creative visionary, while the artificial intelligence steps in to handle the heavy lifting of the actual visual rendering. Moving right along to Section 2, the AI video workflow.
Here is how this actually plays out in 5 literal steps. Step 1, of course, is finalizing your idea, figuring out what story you actually want to tell. Step 2 is writing your prompt, which is essentially your instruction manual telling the AI what it needs to see. So you might ask for a young explorer walking through an ancient cinematic jungle with sunlight filtering through the canopy. Step 3 is generation. That's where the AI analyzes your words and creates the clip. Step 4 is reviewing what it gave you. And finally, Step 5 is where you edit and combine your different scenes into one cohesive narrative.
Now here's the absolute most crucial thing to remember. A good prompt equals better creative direction. When you hit that review stage in Step 4, you might not get the perfect shot on the very first try. And let me assure you, that is completely 100% normal. The clearer you are, the easier it is for the AI to understand your vibe. Tweaking your prompt, maybe adjusting the camera movement, tweaking the lighting or the style, that is the real key to nailing your creative vision.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, Mastering Video Prompts.
To get the absolute best results out of the AI, you need a rock-solid video prompt, and that really relies on 5 essential ingredients. First up, the subject. Who or what is the main focus? Second, the environment. Where is all this happening? Third, the action. What exactly is taking place on screen? Fourth is the camera. Are we tracking forward, panning around, or just sitting still? And fifth, the visual style. The AI literally needs this specific, detailed information to understand and execute exactly what's in your head.
Okay, get ready for a real aha moment here. On the left, we have a super basic prompt, a robot walking, right? That gives the AI almost nothing to work with. But look over on the right. A highly advanced humanoid robot walking through a futuristic city at night, neon lights reflecting on wet streets, cinematic tracking shot, realistic details, dramatic lighting, science fiction movie style. Look at how much more creative direction that second option provides. The difference in the video you get back is going to be absolutely massive.
Let's scale things up in Section 4, directing a complete story.
Getting one beautiful shot is cool, but the real magic happens when you start connecting scenes. Imagine a short sci-fi film unfolding on a timeline. Scene 1 opens on that sprawling, futuristic city. Scene 2 punches in to introduce our main character, a brilliant scientist. Scene 3 takes us inside their laboratory as they activate an AI system, and Scene 4 finally reveals our humanoid robot. Now, for this sequence to actually feel like a real movie and not just some random compilation of clips, you desperately need consistency. The characters, the environment, the lighting, they all have to feel seamlessly connected from one scene to the next. As you're building these scenes out, I want to remind you of something super important. AI is not replacing your creativity. Not at all. You are still the one deciding the characters, the location, the mood, the camera perspective, and most importantly, the actual story. The AI is simply acting as your creative assistant. So whether you're a YouTuber, a marketer, a teacher, or just a student messing around, you retain full creative control over what your story communicates.
All right, moving to Section 5, Scripting with NotebookLM.
Before you even touch the video generation tools, you need a plan, right? Well, NotebookLM is this incredibly powerful tool that helps organize your source materials and actually turns complex information into structured video scripts. Say you're making an explainer about some dense topic. You can literally feed all your research, your random notes, and your sources directly into NotebookLM, and it'll help you develop a highly structured explanation and instantly draft a script for you to work from. It's like having a writer's room at your fingertips.
So let's look at the comprehensive end-to-end workflow when you combine all these tools together. It kicks off with your research, which then flows right into generating your script using NotebookLM. From there, you jump in and generate your visuals using those well-crafted, detailed prompts we talked about. Then you layer in your voice narration and background music. Next up is the edit, where you tie the whole shebang together, which leads you directly to your final video. Combining these tools just makes the entire content creation process incredibly fluid and wildly efficient.
And finally, we arrive at Section 6, Essential Tips for Beginners.
All right, here are 5 rapid-fire crucial tips for beginners to help you hit the ground running. 1. Start with short scenes, so you don't overwhelm yourself or the AI. 2. Write highly detailed prompts using those 5 key ingredients. 3. Keep your visual style consistent, so your project feels like a unified piece of art. 4. Always give your scenes a clear beginning, middle, and end so they have actual purpose. And 5. Always review and improve your generated content. Seriously, don't just settle for the first thing it spits out.
Generate, review, improve, generate again. This little mantra right here perfectly captures the reality of working with AI. I really want to drill this home. AI video creation is fundamentally an iterative process. You just shouldn't expect perfection on the very first click. It's really a back-and-forth conversation between your creative vision and the machine, and refining that conversation is where the true directing actually happens. Google Flow AI and tools just like it are totally smashing the traditional barriers of production. The technology is moving so fast, and the ability to turn a tiny spark of an idea into a stunning, cinematic visual story is literally sitting right there on your keyboard. The future of video creation is absolutely here, it's accessible to everyone, and it is heavily AI-powered. So the question isn't really about what the AI can do anymore. The real question I want to leave you with today is this: what will you create with it? Thanks so much for exploring this with me today in this explainer, and hey, happy directing!